Amazing. You can actually see his tail under the water there for a minute.
Amazing. Afternoon or evening swim.
Yeah, he doesn't like us watching. Did you get that on film?
Completely.
You kick Winnebago.
Can you get it?
Oh.
Use your nail. You want me to pop it?
No.
Here, let me try. Move your hand. Move your hand, you goof. Oh, there you go.
Thanks.
Here, get this out. Does it smell good?
Yeah.
It smells so good, hey?
Mm-hmm.
Go!
Go look.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Sniffing your truck.
Stick your head out the window. Come on.
He's going back down to his buddy.
Look at them.
Pretty cool.
Hello, and welcome to the Lone Larch Podcast. All the cats. Braxy, just go get them. Just go. Hello, and welcome to the Lone Larch Podcast. My name is Jenny, You can find me on Instagram and Etsy as Lone Larch Designs, and on Instagram, no, I already said that. What did I say? Oh my gosh. It's been a while. Let's start again. You can find me on Instagram and Etsy as Lone Larch Designs, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jentastic. How's everyone doing? I'm exhausted and burnt out and ready for the winter, in the respect that I'm ready for a break from tree work. I'm not looking forward to the snow, but I am looking forward to a break in work. It has been a very crazy summer, as some of you may have noticed my absence. There's been some crazy storms here in Alberta this summer, and so there's been a lot of tree damage. So I've been extremely busy. But here I am, and I'm going to talk about yarn and a little bit of tree work and a little bit of shenanigans. So where should we start? I'm just going to do this ridiculously and just like talk, and it may make no sense at all. I've made no show notes. I'm just going to do it so that it's done, and that will be great. Whiskey's eating the grass right next to me. He's very cute. He's like all hiding in the grass like this. It's pretty cute. So shenanigans. We've been camping a little bit and hiking a little bit. Emmy and I have done 2 hikes, like real hikes, this summer. We did Ptarmigan Cirque, which is in Kananaskis country, which is sort of near Banff, Canmore area in the mountains. It was beautiful. We took Amy and Layden with us, and Steph also came with us. And it was a fantastic hike. It's one that I've never done before, and it's quite high up in the mountains. Yeah, you walk through gorgeous fir forests and larch forests, and you end up in this alpine meadow where there's a waterfall, there was marmots, there was pikas, there was lots of birds, ground squirrels, groundhogs, not groundhogs, ground squirrels, groundhogs, I don't know the difference. But it was a 4.5 kilometer hike that Emmy did fantastic at. She hiked up to the top like it was no big deal, and then we went up the scree part to the summit, which isn't really the summit, but it's the top of the hike. And she placed some rocks on the little cairn that was built up there. Played in the waterfall, climbed the waterfall. There was moss. It was beautiful. We had a great time. The other hike that we did was called Hart Creek, which is closer to Canmore. It's just outside of Canmore. And you follow Hart Creek all the way up to Hart Falls. I guess that's what they're called. And that was a great one because it was just her and I until we got to the top. Amy and a group of her friends were doing a hike as well, but they were kind of doing their own thing. So Emmy and I spent a lot of good time together and adventured and played in the creek and giggled about trees and giggled about plants and giggled about bugs, and Emmy complained about bugs, and it was fun. We had a great time. What else have we done? We went to northern Saskatchewan, which sounds super fun, I know. But northern Saskatchewan is nothing like southern Saskatchewan. Southern Saskatchewan is flat as flat prairie can be. Very agricultural. Northern Saskatchewan is not like that at all. It was really cool to watch the forests change as we went further and further north. It went from just bald prairie to the aspen parkland started coming into play, and then the aspen started being intermingled with spruce, and then the spruce changed into fir, and then larch, and then we ended up in Waskesiu, which is in Prince Albert National Park. We have a friend, Curtis, that lives there, and so we stopped in to see him. His mom recently died of cancer, and so we didn't make it to the funeral because it was in Saskatoon. We couldn't get there, but we went and saw him a week later to give him a hug and show him our support, and just to spend some time with him. We haven't seen him in a while, and it was good to see Waskesiu, where he spent a lot of his time growing up, and just to spend some good time with him. So we got to enjoy that. Camped a little bit. The forests were awesome. Oh, the forest. I'm such a geek. But it was so cool to watch the forests change. And then anyway, from north of Prince Albert National Park, it continued on into the Canadian Shield, which is part of, like, a lot of Canada is covered in the Canadian Shield, which is pretty much just bedrock that is exposed. I mean, there's obviously trees and shrubbery growing in and around it, but it's not like in Alberta where it's just mostly forest. It's like these crazy, strange outcroppings of rock just in the middle of bush. It's strange. I don't know how to describe it other than it's like being in the mountains where there's like cliffs and rocks just hanging out of the earth, but the mountains aren't there. There's no backdrop of mountains, or it just is the most continuous wilderness that I've ever encountered. It's very cool. We saw some bears just on the side of the highway. So we were safely contained in the truck. Everything was fine there. But 2 little black bears. We saw lots of deer. We saw lots of elk. We saw lots of birds. We saw lots of squirrels. But it was 4 days of family time, and we haven't had a family vacation like that in a long time, so it was awesome to hang out, just the 3 of us. And we had no schedule other than the fact that we wanted to eventually be at one place and then eventually be at another place. And the only downside was that it was a lot of driving. By the time we stopped adventuring and then turned around and it was time to come home, it ended up being, I think, 10 hours drive home. So that last day was a big push, and a lot of it is through prairie. I think 5 hours of it was just through boring, forever prairie. But we had fun. We had a great time. We made the most of it. Emmy got a rabbit pelt at this most amazing store in La Ronge. It's just the coolest store in the world. It's like an outpost store that you think that it just took us back in time to hundreds of years ago, where you go to this one store for all of your camping gear, all of your ropes, all of your fish nets, all of your kettles, all of your food, all of your ammunition, all of your beading supplies, clothes. It just had, like, it was I don't know, it was just what was it called? Trading post, I guess. Is that what it's called? Robertson's Trading Post, I think. So if you're ever up in La Ronge, which is totally random, but if you're ever up in La Ronge, you have to find this Robertson's Trading Post. We spent so much time just wandering around and looking at stuff in the store. It was very cool. So yeah, we had a great time, then came back and full on into work again. But it's been a very crazy summer. For the love of trees, all I'm going to do this week is insert a bunch of video that I've gotten throughout the last couple of months. So enjoy it. I don't think I'm going to describe it because I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in. But it's been something. It's been exhausting. It's been educational. It's been very challenging, physically and mentally. And it's pushed me to do some tree work that I have never done before, in a good way. It just pushed me to do things that I wouldn't normally do, like dance on tin roofs with chainsaws. But it's been great. It's been, yeah, that's all I can say about that. And it's just continuing on and on. And I have no idea when it's going to end, but I have to take it while I can get it. So, for the love of trees. What's that? Yeah. I don't know what it is. Just a sec, I can't hear you. Hey, what?
You gonna start cutting and piling and dragging?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Is your saw already tied on?
No, it's right there. Just tie it on long so I'm not carrying it up.
Again? Oh.
Somebody up here? Soft mosquito. Oh, come on, hands. You're gonna go wait anyway. So are you. All I really need. Food in my throat. Whew. Oh, there's a big hanger right there too. Look for that in a minute. Okay, so okay. And go. Come on, you. Okay, yup again. Oh. Come on, great. Jerk. Yeah. Right on. Woo! Okay. Good time. Up a tree. Now what we're gonna do here. Pardon me. Good grief. Let him in. Okay. Hey, oh, look. I'm gonna cut this guy is right here. No, not right here. We have to get rid of this. It's enough of that. It's on. Yeah, just a clean cut right here. But it's right in the middle of good standing zones. So it's kind of awkward. Okay. And there's all sorts of stuff hung up, so be patient with me. You're not breaking. Ah! Cut. And get up. now I'm going to talk about some yarn. First, I'm going to talk about some stuff that I finished because it's very exciting, and I had great intentions of showing you guys as these things came out, but tree work got in the way. It's as simple as that. So the first thing I am going to show you is the Douglas fir hat, which is a pattern that I finished this summer. This is one version. This is the smallest version. I'm not going to put it on because I don't want to wreck my ridiculous hair. I don't want to be messing with my hair the whole time, and if I put this hat on, then I will be. So this is the Douglas fir hat. There we go. It is a very simple, quick knit. It's done with worsted weight yarn on, oh, I can't even remember now. It's been a while. I think it's 4mm needles, and then you go up to a 4.5 for the crown, or the canopy, I think is what I called it. And then pom-pom friendly, of course. Actually, I wanted to show you this. Did I do it on this one? I can't remember. Yeah, I did. Oh, cat fight. Get out of town, you two. Just go. Whiskey and Fraxy are having a duel. Whiskey, or no, that's Fraxy. Just go be kind to each other. Okay, so I think I saw this on Instagram. Somebody put a button on the bottom of the pom-pom and then just threaded, I don't know if that's the right word, put the button through the hole that ends up at the top of your toque, right? So the pom-pom is on and it's totally stable, and I mean it's on your toque. But if you feel like not wearing a pom-pom that day, if you're feeling a little bit more serious, maybe not so adventurous, you can just take the pom-pom off. See if I can do it reasonably easily without looking at it. See? Pom-pom off. Pom-pom comes off. I didn't trim the string, but whatever. And then you just have the normal hat. So depending on what look that you want for that day, removable pom-pom. I thought that was genius. So this is the Doug fir hat. This is the kids version. It fits Emmy perfectly. It's a little snug on me. But that's the kid version. And then, oh, I won't show you the pom-pom on this one because I already took it off for when we were doing the photo shoot. And then this is one of the adult versions. There's two adult versions. There's a medium and a large. This is the medium, I believe. Yes, this is the medium. This yarn is Mad Tosh, Happiness. The colorway is Cardinal. And yeah, there it is. So very simple. The ribbing is not normal ribbing. What is it called? Seed stitch ribbing, I think is what it's called. So something a little bit more interesting, right? I'm trying to hold it straight, but yeah, it's kind of tricky. So that's the Doug fir hat. It's been released. If you've been watching on Instagram, it was released a while ago. Yes, that was me in the pictures. I was gonna ask my sister to be the model and then set her camera up, and then I would just take the pictures. But because I didn't want to do it without hair, because it looks weird when I wear toques without hair, I think. So she was gonna be the model because she has like long, dark, brownish black hair, right? And she said, no, wait, look what I have. And she opened up one of her bottom drawers and she had these black hair extensions. It was so fun. It was such a fun photo shoot. It was a great day. I got to hang out with my sister. So yeah, that is me in the photos. I just don't have glasses on. Katie did my makeup and black hair extensions. That's what happens when you have a photographer for a sister. So Doug fir hat. It is now on Ravelry, so if you're interested in a new toque for the winter or gift knitting, this one knit up so fast for me, I don't even know. This was the sample one that I did right before. I think I did it in a day and a half, and that's with normal life happening too. So very quick knit. Man, this yarn is just out of control. Isn't it great? I love the color of that toque. So, Doug fir hat on Ravelry now. If you're looking for a new hat pattern, there's the pom-poms. I just brought my stash bin I just have like a massive Rubbermaid bin for my stash. And I just brought it out with me because I was like, I don't even know what's in here. I don't know what I've shown, what I've not shown. So I'm just gonna like dig through it and see what I can find and start showing you stuff. There's quite a few secret things in here that I can't show you yet, but I'll try. Oh, I didn't bring out my other blue sock. Oh well, that's okay. The other finished thing that I finished this in the last 2 months of craziness, I can't believe I did this. I know. Let's start 2 knitting designs and then start full-on tree work and, you know, just release 2 knitting patterns at the same time when you're trying to live your crazy summer life. Ridiculous, but yeah. Okay, so the other pattern, didn't bring my sock blockers. I'm so awesome sometimes. Whatever, spur of the moment. This is the other pattern that I have finished this summer. This is the approach socks, and I think the last podcast that I put out, I was showing you version 1.0. I changed it a little bit. This is version 2.0. This is the version that is up on Ravelry now. So these socks were test knit by 7 lovely people. By the way, thank you to my Doug Fir test knitters too. That was amazing. I just decided one day that I was going to send it out for test knitting, and I sent Carla, who's Carla Crafts. She's the Relentless Knitting podcast. She's one of the people on there. I sent her a message asking her if she wanted to test knit it, and within like an hour, she had 3 test knitters set up and ready to go for me. So you guys are superstars. And they had it test knit, I don't even know, in a week or something like that. You guys are amazing. And also Instagram direct message is also amazing for test knitting groups so that everyone can see all of it. Was great. So anyway, moving forward. I had 7 people test knit these guys. So this is the top of the sock. Goes clearly all the way down to the foot. Just trying to get it flat for you. It's not working. These socks were knit by Taylor. Taylor, you're a superstar. She must she must have just, I don't know, sensed the stress and the ridiculousness that was going on in my life, and she just asked me, Jenny, do you want me to just knit a pair of socks that can be modeled? And guess what? I have a friend who's a photographer and she's willing to take pictures. Do you want us to just do it and then send you the pictures? And like, Taylor, you guys still have no idea how much stress you took out of my life at that point. I was losing my mind trying to figure out how I was going to get another pair of socks knit and then knit and then figure out when I could do a photo shoot with Katie and get up to Edmonton and blah, 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 blah. And I was like losing my mind trying to schedule my life. And Taylor sent me a message like that afternoon or whatever time it was. She just said, can I do this for you? I don't want to overstep, but I'm willing to help if you want my help. And I I lost my mind. I like teared up and just went, I can't believe this. If you are willing to help, I will take your help because I need it. Which is hard for some people to do, to accept other people's help, but I did. So these are the amazing socks these are the sample ones that are in the pictures that Lily Snaps did the pictures for. She made them so that they would fit my feet, and clearly when everything was done she sent the socks to me. So I have my very own pair of beautiful approach socks knit by the one and only Taylor. So, oh, and Taylor also sent me the shirt. Isn't it amazing? It's a tree, if you can't see that, and all of the little, you probably can't see it, but it's all names of trees that making up the shape of a tree. So like there's a cedar, elm, flowering pear, Bradford flowering pear, I think that's what Bradford flowering pear is, London plane, blue spruce, box elder, Colorado blue spruce, pine, European horse chestnut, orange overcup oak, I've never heard of that, red, yeah, like all trees, very cool. That package was pretty incredible. So these are the approach socks. They're also up on Ravelry. And that was an adventure on its own. Yeah, I'm glad I did it, but it was intense to get a sock pattern out at the timing that I did it. Let's just leave it at that. So, approach socks, Ravelry, Doug fur hat, Ravelry, Douglas fur hat. It's not Doug fur, but that's what I've been calling it. Tiny little Doug fur cone. See my tiny little Doug fur cone? I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I love Doug fur. I think that's all the things that I have finished. No, I forgot Emmy's sweater. Are you kidding me? I made an entire sweater for Emmy, and it's in her room. I'm gonna go get it. Okay, so Kathleen, who I met at Knit City. She was here for Knit City. Not Knit City, that's a lie. Fiber Week, Olds Fiber Week. She gifted me some amazing Sweet Georgia yarn. That's purple, to make something for Emmy with. And so I made Emmy a sweater. I let her choose the pattern. I chose like 4 or 5 different patterns, and then she got to decide which one she wanted me to make. And she chose the snowflake sweater by Tin Can Knits. And I made the sweater for her. I think she was born already. I can't remember if she must have been born already. She was born and I made like a 1-year-old size for her. So I thought it was comical that she would choose exactly the same sweater for me to make for her again. So there it is, and I'll put in a picture of her wearing the first one. She keeps wanting to wear this, but it's like plus 30 outside. Not today, it's actually glorious out today, but I think it's only 22. But she keeps pulling it out and putting it on like days where it's plus 1,000 outside. I'm like, Emmy, you're gonna cook to death. You can't wear your sweater today. But Mom, I want to wear my new sweater. So I wanted to get colder out so that she can wear her sweater, because isn't it great? I'm very happy with it. And it was mindless. I've made this sweater like 3 other times, I think. So I know this pattern inside and out. I did it with my eyes closed pretty much. The yarn at the top, can you see the snowflake pattern? Yes, you can. The yarn at the top is Farm Fairy fiber in the Oh My God Carmen colorway that I got at Fibers West from Karen. And the bottom, all of the purple at the bottom, is Sweet Georgia. And I can't remember what colorway. No, Royal's the purple. That I can't remember what the colorway is called. Doesn't matter. It's purple, right? So I made Emmy an entire sweater. So I keep thinking like, no, I haven't done any knitting. I really haven't done a lot of stuff. But I knit a sweater. I put two patterns out on Ravelry, which is its own monster. I've knit a lot. It's just, it hasn't been as much knitting time as I usually get, maybe in one chunk. It's just been like tiny little 10-minute bits here and there before I pass out from exhaustion at night. So what else can I show you? I have received quite a few packages, which has been overwhelming and incredible. But I'll wait to show you that in a minute. Last time, I think I showed you this yarn. It's, wow, I'm getting tired. Fawn and the Fox yarn. Where's the camera? There it is. Fawn and the Fox yarn. It's her Badger colorway in Tree Climber, which was her April mystery, whatever it's called, mystery sock club or whatever. Sock yarn? Or whatever. Let's see how many times I can say or whatever. I needed something mindless, and I had this caked up because I wanted to see what it looked like caked up pretty much as soon as Laura gave it to me. So I didn't want to make socks because I'm kind of over socks right now. Can't imagine why. So I made some mittens. When I was trying to figure out what to do, the palmistry pattern came out like the next day. So I decided to cast on some tiny little mittens that fit me perfectly, that I can like use for driving and stuff, or running in and out of the house like when it's minus 1,000, but I need to actually be functional. I don't want to have like my big down mitts on. So I've made the palmistry. This, obviously, this is one of them. Oh, I'm showing you the wrong side. This is not the right hand. This is actually the left hand. And you can see the detail there in the thumb where the gusset goes in. It's the easiest gusset in the entire world. I'm not going to say it because I think it's a pay-for pattern, but easiest mittens in the world. I worked on these a lot when I was afternoon at the spray park. Whenever I wasn't working, I've been trying to spend as much time with Emmy as I possibly can because she's just been full on daycare and Grammy time, right? So every time I've had a day off, I've just tried to do something fun with her so that she doesn't feel as though I'm abandoning her. So spray park knitting, it's been awesome. And I started the second one, working on the gusset. Yeah, we're getting there. Started the increases. So this yarn, I really like this yarn. It's a BFL base. Where'd the thing go? Yeah, 75 blue face and 25 nylon. I really like the color of it. It looks blown out. I hope it's not actually blown out because it's light out. I don't know. So those have been a joy to work on. Glorious, glorious yarn. So that is in the works. It's kind of been on hold for a while because I've been doing other stuff. I'm trying to get other stuff finished. I'll show you what I'm trying to get finished for Knit City time because I'll be seeing my lovely friend Carly there. I've showed you this before, but it was significantly smaller. Where's the marker? Anybody see the marker? There's the marker. So I was on the fourth wedge. I have no idea which direction I'm going here. Where's the pink? Here we go. Yeah, I had the fourth wedge done, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, sixth maybe. And I have gotten considerably farther. I've pretty much finished the gray. I still have a little bit left of gray so that I can use it for the stripes in between the pink, but now I've switched over to do the pink stripes. So I should probably tell you what this pattern is. This is a dotted raise by West Knits is the Best Knits. Who's excited for the West Knits lecture on Friday night at Knit City? I am. I'm not doing any classes with him at Knit City. I'm just doing the lecture. And then I'm doing Stephanie Pearl McPhee class on the Sunday. I think it's the Fix It one. Can't remember what it's called, but it's Sunday from 10 till 2 with Stephanie Pearl McPhee. That's the classes that I'm doing for Knit City. So yeah, I have a tiny bit of gray left, which I'm using for the contrast stripes in the pink. And this is the rest of the pink. This yarn is called Rain City Knits yarn. Rain City Knits? I think that's right. Carly got it at Knit City 2 years ago, and she came to the conclusion that she was just never going to actually make these shawls. So here I am knitting it for her. And I thought, since I'm going to be seeing her soon, I should probably finish the project that I promised her and get it done. So here I am. I'm really enjoying it because it's totally mindless. I have the pattern memorized. I don't even look. I have the math in my head of how it progresses. So I haven't looked at the pattern in probably, I don't even know, 300 meters of yarn. So I really like it. Ow! Something's biting me. What is that? Yeah, who knows? Yeah. If you haven't made a dotted raise, you really need to, because you could do so many things with it. You can do, I know you can't really see it, it's all bunched up on the needles, but you can do so many things with it. You could use minis or leftover scraps to get rid of them, play with color. Yeah, I love this pattern so much, and we'll probably make it again now that it's burnt into my brain. Did I tell you everything? I think these are 4 millimeters I'm using, which I don't know if that's what they asked for, but that's what I had, so that's what I'm using. That's been a joy. Showed you that. Okay, so remember the time that I told you that I was probably never going to start a Scrappy blanket. I started a Scrappy blanket. I'm doing the corner to corner crochet Scrappy blanket. Is there a right side? I don't even know. This is how far I've gotten. I haven't worked on it in a long time, but this is how far I've gotten. It's been very fun. Where's the camera? Try and show you some of the color a little bit closer up. I don't know, because I haven't done the straight crochet blanket, but the reason that I didn't start one of those ones is because I didn't want to do the chain 359 or whatever it is. This one, I really like how you can start in a corner and like you're instantly building something and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't know, maybe the rows are shorter and clearly that's going to change when it gets bigger and bigger, but it's nice being able to turn sooner. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you, but that's it. I'm enjoying it. What's been really fun about it is I took it camping when I went with my sisters, and I have a whole bag of minis, right? Whole bag of extras and stuff. And it's been really fun to lay it out with whoever I'm with and then get them to choose what they think should go next. It's just been interesting to see different people's color palettes or how they think color should work together. So it's not only including the people and the projects that I've come across with the yarn that I'm using, but it's including who I'm with when I'm working on it, which is, I don't know, it's heartwarming and mushy and whatever. So that's been super exciting. Knitting has really been keeping me sane. I know a lot of you know this, but it's just been reinforced in my mind lately how much I need it to stay calm and collected and get through the stresses of my world. And the knitting community, obviously, as well. And just having the support from everyone has been really cool. And people genuinely showing concern, like, you haven't podcasted in months. Where are you? Are you okay? I just got a message like two or 3 days ago. Oh, maybe it's longer. A week ago, maybe. I don't know. From someone just saying, like, are you okay? Where have you been? I hope everything in your world is okay and that, you're going to podcast again. It's incredible how supportive everyone is. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate it. So coming up next, it is August 21st. Hey, the eclipse was this morning. That was pretty cool. So I should probably, actually, I told myself that I wasn't going to do Christmas knitting this year because I always stress myself out way too much with Christmas knitting. So decided that the only two people that are getting knitting this year are going to be my sister-in-law, Kim, and Tyler, her husband, because they're really the only two people in my family that haven't received all sorts of knitted goods. And I feel very guilty about that. It's a strange sound over there. It's probably a cat. Anyway, so I decided that I'm going to make house socks for both Kimmy and Tyler. And I'm going to start Kimmy's very, very soon. For the heels and toes, I'm going to use Sweater Maker. I got this I did. I got this last year when I went to Courtney before Knit City to visit my brother. So I'm going to use Sweater Maker. It's Murray, which I think is the sport weight. I hope it is because the other is sport weight. Murray, 100% merino sock stuff. And then for the main color, I am going to use Fawn and the Fox. Good thing I have the tag right here because I've already forgotten what it is. Her Fox base, which is sport weight, 80/20 merino, superwash merino nylon, in the black cherry colorway. I've had this yarn since forever. Since, I don't even know. I got it at some shindig in Calgary. it the first shindig I ever went to? When was that? I think it was last spring or last fall. Last fall. Can't remember. I've had it forever, and I haven't been able to decide what to do with it. So I thought, yeah, okay, house socks for Kimmy. That'll work. And I wanted to use not fingering weight for their socks because I don't want them to take 400 years. I want them to progress quickly. So heels and toes and main color for Kimmy socks. So those will start soon. And then I just have a few presents. I have a lot of, and forgive me because I cannot remember who sent me what, but I am going to show you some things that I have acquired, and some of them will be put in as giveaway stuff. Some of them will be whatever. Some is for you, some is for me, is what I'm trying to say. This one I actually did purchase for myself because I was curious about Ravenswood fiber. A lot of people have been talking about her, and I really wanted to knit with a sock blank because sometimes you just get the feelings that you need to knit on a sock blank. Don't ask me. So I ordered this one, and I'm not going to take it out because I like it vacuum sealed like this because it fits in my stash way nicer. This colorway is Summer at the Lake, I think is what it's called. So if you haven't experienced this, I've got another yarn like this, and it is no big deal. And for me, I would rather save on shipping and have a flat package arrive at my house than pay 3 times as much, 5 times as much for shipping and get like a beautiful, whatever, perfumed, ribboned, ridiculous wrapped. I'm not saying that that is bad. I'm just saying that for someone like me, this shipping option is rad, and honestly it's going to make me buy more yarn because it turns a $30, $35 skein of yarn into a $33 skein of yarn, not like a $50 skein of yarn. So to me it's just much more economical, and I have zero problems with the fact that it's flat because as soon as you open it, the air rushes in and it just goes, it plumps right up. So I appreciate this. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, colorway is Summer at the Lake, and it's Ravenswood Fiber Company. She's Canadian. She's in Nova Scotia. Support the team, Canada, right? And at the top, I love this. See what it says? In case of emergency, in case of knitting emergency, break seal. I think that's fantastic. So that is something that I ordered for myself and totally broke my yarn diet, but whatever. Okay, so that secret, hold on 1 minute please. That secret, that I've already showed you. That secret, that secret, that secret. This is another Ravenswood fiber that Kate ordered. I'm going to make her a pair of socks out of them because she doesn't like making socks, but she wants a pair of stripy socks. So she ordered this yarn from Ravenswood as well. Eggs, where's the camera? Eggs scrambled and bacon crisp is the colorway, and it's a natural for heels and toes, and then stripies for the base color, obviously. So that one Kate gave me, she ordered that and then said, will you make me socks? Yeah, sure, why not? Add it to my list of all the things I do in my spare time. Yeah. That's the extra from Taylor she sent. This Taylor sent me as well. This is a company I've never seen before. The Yarn Jar, hand-dyed self-striping yarn, 4-ply fingering, 75-25, blah, 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 blah. In the Rockies, Pikes Peak. This yarn is beautiful. I love it. And it's very similar to the socks that she made for me. Is it the same colorway? Are you kidding me? If it's not the same colorway, did I really just clue into that? If it's not the same colorway, it's very, very close. Sorry, I have no idea where my camera is. I'm a rookie at this today. It's alright. So Taylor sent me that. Rad. Oh, you guys, just so much love. It's insane. Is it bad that when I'm at work, or like I'm driving to work in the morning, I have an hour drive to work in the morning when I'm working with John. So there's a lot of time to think about how much I want to be knitting. Is it bad that all I do most of the day is dream about knitting? I wish I could just have a day off, or like 3 weeks where I could just knit the entire time. No child, no husband, just a forest, maybe a hammock, and just knit. Sounds glorious. Probably will never happen, but that's okay. What else? That's top secret. That's top secret. I got a package right after I did my last podcast from Carrie. She sent, this one did make me cry because I couldn't believe how generous she was, just how much yarn she sent me. Been doing some destashing and thought of you. I love your hats and socks. I have a half-finished half-finished hat that I'm just never gonna finish. Feel free to frog it or pass it on. And then she sent me a bag, she sent me a bunch of other yarn too, which I will show you now. She sent me 2 skeins of something that I can't speak right now because I'm tired. Green Mountain Spinnery. Happy Knits. Oh, that must have been the store. DK Weight. Fine American wool. In the most beautiful colorway I've ever seen in my life. Isn't it great? Sorry, I have no idea where the camera is. She sent me that, and it's the most lovely heathered tweedy happiness. Just makes me gloriously happy. Okay, so she sent me that. That's top secret. That's top secret. Legacy Fiber Arts, Winnie colorway. Still haven't done anything with it. What else did she send me? She sent me this yarn ink. This is insane because it looks exactly like Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. Sorry, I have a 5-year-old. That's just the way it is. Looks exactly like Rainbow Dash, right? Like exactly. The colorway is something. Oh, is the sock of the month, August 2016. A lot of this stuff she just said that the color is just something that she's never going to use or whatever. So she thought that I would enjoy it. Is this not crazy? It's beautiful. I hope you can see, oh yeah, you can see that the base is this gorgeous blue and then Rainbow Dash, right? It's totally Rainbow Dash. So she sent me that. This is the hat that she sent. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do with it because I haven't had more than 3 minutes to think, it feels like. This is the hat that she sent me. She sent me it like needles too. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You can just have the needles too. Carrie, she sent me both sizes too, right? Is that what you did? Did you seriously send me 2 sizes of just some Chowgoo needles? It's fine. I can't remember what yarn she said it was. Anyway, like the pattern, all of, yeah. That's the color. Where's the camera? Here we go. Gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but the generosity just floors me. That's all I'm going to say about that. Shove. Yeah, just here's 2 pairs of Chowgoo needles. Thank you. Just blows my mind. You guys are rad. Rad. What else did she send me? Let's do some more digging. That's Fawn and the Fox. That's old stuff. That's old stuff. If there was something else in there, I can't remember what it is, or I've already used it. And can't remember what I've made with it, so I think that's it. Just don't look at the secret stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty good. Pretty good. So thank you to everyone. If I've forgotten to mention that you sent me something, I apologize. Oh, who sent me the sock ruler? Oh, that was Taylor, right? Taylor, you sent me the sock ruler, right? I've already used that. There's another pair of secret socks that are in the house. I've already used it. That's cool, the sock ruler. If you haven't checked that out, look it up. It's just a piece of plastic and it's in the shape of like a toe of a sock and it has all the measurements. So if you know the length of your foot, it will, well, I mean, it's just a ruler, I guess. It just measures and so you know where you have to start the heel, where, yeah. And it shows you how to measure the cuff down or the toe up, and that's cool. I've used that quite a bit already. She sent me a shirt. She sent Emmy a shirt. the amount of support and chatting that I experienced with all my test knitters was humbling and mind-blowing, and a couple of times made me second guess the fact that I was designing stuff, because I thought it was totally fine and perfect, and yeah, I've knit this thing like 4 times. Why should everyone not understand it? But like, they just, attention to detail and how they were catching stuff just blew my mind, and how kind they were about it. But as I was saying, I'm talking in circles. It totally made me second guess, like, there's mistakes everywhere. Should I really be doing this? But people just kept saying, like, that's why you have test knitters. That is why we are here, to catch these things that you just don't see when you're staring at it every day. So much appreciation for that. So much appreciation. So that's it. I'm really glad I did this. I wasn't going to. I was going to have a nap instead. But I'm glad I persevered. But I'm going to go sharpen some saws for work tomorrow and get everything ready, clean up my kitchen, carry on with my life. So I'll see you soon, everyone. Sooner rather than later, I will be at Knit City, and I will podcast before Knit City. I promise. I'm so looking forward to Knit City, because I'm going to have 3 days before Knit City that I'm going to be completely on my own in Vancouver. I am not meeting anyone except for Kate on Friday night, and then going to the lecture together. But I'm not meeting anyone. I am going to stick to my decision, and I need to be alone. This might, well, no, you guys get this because you guys are like me, but I need to be alone. I need my time. I need to adventure by myself and regroup. I need some downtime, but it's coming. I am going to persevere. Kate just sent me a text saying that it's 4.5 weeks away. Are you serious? It's the 21st. Holy cow! I'll be there. I'll be in Vancouver on the 27th of September. I can totally do this. I can totally do this. It's like this every year. It's just stupid. You get to August and it's just like, I'm so burnt out. But I have Knit City to look forward to, and it'll all be fine. So I'll see you soon. Big kiss, my friends. Bye.